Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? God bless y'all. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. God bless y'all. Welcome to another episode. Mine's opinion don't matter. Yeah, there's always something. But anyway, we'll see how this goes. Yeah, it's always something. Anyway, God bless y'all. Welcome again to Ryan's Opinion Don't Matter. I don't know why we always seem to have these issues. I know we have some weather issues come through. I know there's a whole lot of um, power lines that went down. There's a whole lot of trees that fell. Um, just a lot. Just a lot. It was a whole lot of issues going around. And so with that said, it is what it is. Give me a second. Just trying to correct something. But yeah, you know, no particular subject. Just came in. And you know what? Let's talk about it. One thing I personally, you know, wanted to get into is I mean, it's probably a lot of stuff, but we'll see how things go as the live goes on. But like I said, I have no talk. See how y'all doing? How's everything going with y'all? I mean, God is good. Life is beautiful. Not perfect, but it is beautiful. Um, One thing I wanted to talk about is Sundays live. If nobody got a chance to come in that day. We had a good time. Um, Got to talk to my man from Dover Dogs Basketball League. Um, it's quite interesting. He's working on something and he has an ambitious dream. And I love it when I see stuff like that. Like, when I see young people in America, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'm more so focused on America because they are Americans. And this is my country. When I see young people like him and trying to do something that on when you're beginning out, it almost seems like it's something larger than life, bigger than yourself, and it is. But after talking to him, when we first met, we was just kind of busting it up, whatever. And you could tell his the enthusiasm that he had in him for what he was doing, and I believe he's gonna make it. I mean, none of us know the outcome of anybody's life, but I believe he's gonna make it. It's just my personal opinion. I believe that the Dover Dogs basketball team is going to become one of the well-known basketball teams in America. Now, of course, he's with the ABA, but you never know where that can go. His dream is to establish an NBA team in that state, and salute to you. And I hope he doesn't. I believe he can. I believe 100% he can. So that's why when I got a chance to talk to him or whatever the case may be, and I thought about it, I said, how could I help? And the first thing hit my head was, exposure. Hopefully, get him some support. in his endeavor. Because to do something on that scale, it takes a whole lot of support, it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of people willing and wanting to advertise what you want to support what you're doing, support your fundraisers and things of that nature. So if you're on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. I appreciate it very, very much. Of course, at some point, we're going to probably have him back on the show. And like I said, I opened the door for him to definitely come back on the show whenever you want. And don't, we could talk. We're going to talk about his endeavor, but we also get into just to give people a better, more personal perspective of who he is and what he's about, whatever the case may be. He's a good dude. Like, you know what I mean? Just a little bit that I got to know about him. He's a good dude. So that's I enjoyed it live, and my brother Jay from Bone Crusher YouTube, and my other brother Out the Pit. Both of them also has YouTube channels that you guys should go check out. And they're on my lives. I'm on their lives. I'm on their channel. I'm on their videos. They're on my videos. We support each other's channel. But if you you check them guys out, or whatever case may be, check them out definitely. You would appreciate the content. And it's not one dimensional. I was on my man's Out the Pit live last night. They usually go at 8 o'clock. Of course, they clown me because I'm an early bird. I go to bed early. But out of respect, I respect that they have this segment that they do is, the way they ask questions of, questions about rather, like, would you, just to give you a hypothetical, would you rather be unlimited strong or weak, or it's just stuff like that. And it just makes me laugh because I just, they make you think. They do the segment as him and Bam Bam, and they do the segment like that. And I would encourage people that you ain't doing nothing on 8 o'clock or Sunday nights when they do this segment. You should definitely jump in. You would enjoy it. You definitely would enjoy it. It's very interesting, and I think it's extremely creative, and I like it. Unfortunately, I'm not always up that late. But when I am up, talk to the devil. What's up, brother? What's up, Out the Pit? How you doing, bro? How you doing? It's funny how you jumped in, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Is your channel, whatever case may be, you and Bam Man. But I just so you know, like, I appreciate what they do, and I think is extremely creative. So I would encourage y'all to and just so he happened to be on the live right now. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, y'all go follow his channel. He's that's him in the comments. Like I said, I appreciate that they that format, and it's very, very funny, and it's very interesting, and it makes you think. And it makes you think. And there was one moment I answered something a little bit too fast, probably, but it's fun. That's the whole point about it, is that I think that segment is very creative and is extremely funny. And it's very, very enjoyable. And sometimes in life, you need moments like that. I mean, like, where everything ain't so serious and so serious all the time. Like, I enjoy my life, and I refuse to let people try to force their misery on me. No, life isn't perfect and it isn't fair, but one thing I can say from my personal life is that, yeah, I got problems like everybody else, but I don't wear them. I mean, as soon as something come in, I turn around, talk to God, and say, God, this is what's going on. How do I handle this? Because I don't want to be the lazy one to just sit back and wait for you to do something, because I know it don't work that way. But just lead me, direct me, and how to handle this. And never failed me yet. I stick to it. I don't change that. I mean, I try to acknowledge him first, and hopefully, and knowingly, not hopefully no more. It used to be hopefully. Now it's knowingly he's going to direct my path. As long as I acknowledge him first, he will definitely direct my path. And for me, it has always worked well. And one thing about me is that something works, I'm not changing. I'm not going to change it because it didn't go smooth. If it works, I ain't changing. So, like, it's funny when I say that, because when I go fishing, me even some of the people that have been fishing with, whatever, when I'm out there fishing and stuff, and different guys use different things for baits and stuff, and they always saying, I tell them, I just use shrimp because it works. I don't change what I do. He said, what? I use shrimp. Right? I might have two different ones. I might have the cooked shrimp, and I might have raw shrimp. But I fish with the same thing. And for those that have been on my live while I was fishing, they know. So, I just don't. It works. I mean, am I going to, like right now, I'm catching fish, but I'm not catching a lot of fish. But at some point, that's going to change, and I'm going to be out there fishing, and it's going to be like, wow, look at all these fish you're catching. And then it depends on what time you go out there, too. Like, if I really wanted to catch a bunch of fish, I would have to go at night. That is, right there is probably the best time to fish there is at night. You're going to catch a way more fish at night than you would in the daytime. Especially what happens is that out there's the night lights, and they hit that water at a certain direction, and it draws the bugs in, and the fish start, you'll see them start to leap out the water, trying to hitting the surface a lot. And then you get a little more variety of fish coming through. So nighttime right there is probably a better time to fish than in the daytime. But when you're in certain places at night, you open yourself up to other stuff. And you gotta be prepared for that. So I'm not saying that you shouldn't be out there at night, but you probably should be prepared to be out there at night. If you're out there at night, you might want to, night is different than daytime. That area of Pennsylvania isn't always the most pleasant. My friend, buddy of mine, is Chester, PA. It's like right beside Philadelphia. I mean, they consider it Philly, but it ain't really Philly. It's technically Chester. But me and my buddy used to make this joke and say that God don't like Chester, but that's how bad it can be over there. But a lot of times they talk about Philly, but a lot of this stuff, I mean, that right there is like, it just, where I fish is one thing, but if you start to travel through the community, you'll see why he says what he says. It's it don't look so good there. But again, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm just the other thing I wanted to kind of touch base is, like I said, I appreciate, there's a lot of people that don't, and I'm probably gonna forget somebody, but like top to bottom, hair and skincare, always on my live. Appreciate them so much. Again, my buddy out in the pit who's actually in the chat. Appreciate him very, very much. Joyce Art, who is another supporter of the channel. Appreciate her very much. Outlaw, he's not here all the time, but he does pop in here and there. Appreciate him. Man Do Magic 47. Appreciate him. Bone Crusher, my brother Jay. Much love to him. I mean, we do a lot of videos together now. Out in pit been in there with us too, but I appreciate these people. They're very strong supporters of my channel when they can. I know they got lives and they got to do other things, and I get it. And I don't expect no one to be here all the time, 24/7. But that little bit of for the time that they take their time out to spend with me, appreciate it very, very, very much. My Sports Vibe, appreciate them. Whenever you can pop in, and very supportive of the channel. A world away from here, which is Joyce Art's daughter. She does it. She's always in here once in a while, and appreciate the support. Queen Sackcloth, which is my man out in pit's wife, always in. Sometimes I'll see her before I see him. Sometimes I'll see him before I see her in the live. But again, these are also people that please go follow their channels, check them out. Just Robin and Dover Dogs, which is the one we was interviewing yesterday, which he's in the growth stage of his too, and please check his YouTube channel out, amongst other things. Out the pit, I know you probably at work, but if you look, I don't know if you looked into the group chat, but I did put his number in the group chat, and I also, in that group chat that me, you, and Jay was in, I sent the links to Dover Dogs, like the support stuff. He sent me all the links to reach him as far as if somebody wanted to support his channel. I mean, not the channel, donate the popcorn thing that they was doing, the fundraisers that they do. He sent me all of the the links to them. And so if you look in our group chat that we have, text that we have, all of that information will be in there, brother. But there's probably some people else that I did not remember. Please forgive me, but I'm just stating some stuff. I ain't get on here. Yeah, I didn't get on here to get on one of my rants, because usually I do. But I just wanted to come in and have a conversation. That's it. So, I mean, I should be out there fishing, man, but we got a heat wave coming through this joint, bro. And I'm not a fan of the heat. Like, I was like, in my mind, I was like, I should go fishing, because y'all know I love to fish. And I was, man, I got time. I should go fishing. I would be out there. I mean, it'd probably be better to go at night when the sun goes down. Yeah, man. Yeah, I think so too, man. I really do. I think so too. And you know, he came a long way, man. He came a long way, and I mean, he's gonna need help. Like, as much as he can get it, where he can get it, he's gonna need help. I bought when they did the we didn't get a chance to get into it too much on the live, but they had these when he did the fundraiser with the popcorn. I actually ordered some. As a matter of fact, give me a minute. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show y'all, and I think I got a bag left. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I ordered actually we ordered like 3 or 4 bags, but these are the popcorn that I got from them. Well, from the fundraiser. I ain't hit that bag yet, because I be trying to slow it down because I eat too much, and I got a sweet tooth like a madman, so I have to try to tone it down some. Plus, the brother trying to take some weight off, and I'm already out of breath from that quick run. But yeah, that's those are the popcorn I had. I think we got 2 bags of those, and we got another bag. I forget, the other bag is gone. The second bag is halfway through. We haven't touched that one. But it's really good. It's easy peasy caramel cheesy. That's the one he told me about, because he had got some too. But it was pretty good. And pretty good. I forget the other one we had. We had another different flavor of it. But I didn't really get a chance to eat too much of that, because it got devoured real fast too. But they're really good. So every day I kind of take a little bit. I try not to eat too much, man. Because when I tell you I got sweet tooth, I got sweet tooth bad. Give me some good cooking, some good cake, man. So I had to discipline myself to try not to eat too much. You know what I mean? And then, in the morning time, when I'm that regular at Dunkin' Donuts getting a coffee and donuts every day like a police officer. He be like, when I used to do contract work, my cousin used to be in there with me. And he was like, man, you sure they? He was like, man, people gonna think you're a police officer as much as you go to Dunkin' Donuts and get coffee and donuts every day. I was like, yeah, it ain't gonna stop me though. They think what they want to think. Yeah, but I would coffee and donut it every day just about. But I've been trying to cut back on that a little bit too. And the funny thing is, I don't drink all the coffee. Like, I get a medium. I might go through half of it. Now the donuts, on the other hand, ain't gonna be nothing left of that. I'm gonna get me 2 donuts and they're gonna be gone. But I'm gonna eat them slow and savor the moment. Oh man. But yeah, I'm just chilling. I ain't but yeah, I appreciated him coming on the live, man. I'm again, he got my support. As far as trying to help him get a long way, man. In any way we can do, possibly help him, I'm just gonna try to help him. But but he I was watching the videos of basketball when he said his team was 3-17, I think it was, and they got blown out a couple of times. But you know what? It happens, man. Basketball, you don't know, and you still learning as you go. Um, and that was when we talked about the story about Dr. J, who was a 76ers superstar. But there's a video out with him, like a couple of videos, but when he was before he actually made it to the NBA. Um, what's up, brother? How you doing? God bless you, Jay. How you doing? Yeah, when he made it to the NBA, um, he was that bull, man. Like a lot of people emphasize about Michael Jordan, but he was that bull, man. Dr. J was that bull, and when they was the part when they were showing how he was everybody was bragging on him. Yeah, I figured you might be busy, Jay. But I guess that's a good thing. God bless you, bro. God bless you. Welcome in. If anybody else, if y'all on this live, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, appreciate it very, very much. But yeah, man, so I was looking at that video, and it just reminded me, man. Sometimes don't despise the small beginnings. You just don't know. Don't put no limits on yourself for what you can do and where you can go. Just don't put no limits on yourself. Oh man, hey, it's no problem, bro. We doing our thing. You know what I mean? I'm only doing what I can do, bro. But you know what I mean? I appreciate you. Appreciate it. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, bro. It's much love, man. Like I tell you, yeah, I am a cheerleader on the side, bro. That's all I am. And I want, I mean, to see how far y'all came in this short period of time. And I mean, we know y'all got far to go. Um, and we know y'all got far to go, but I mean, just to see the level of that y'all have came up into this point, man. We know we all of us, and I can speak for the most part, everybody that's in this family that we have created, man, we all like, yes, go, go, go. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. I'm glad to be a little part of y'all journey. Really, man. I'm glad to be a little bit a part of y'all journey. It's a blessing that I've gotten to know y'all up until this point. Hopefully, one day I get a chance to skate down there and start more trouble. Get a chance to skate down there and start some more trouble. Maybe spend a couple of days down there, man. Just chilling, whatever. You know what I mean? Jay, like, you come down here, we're going to put you to work. No, I'm just kidding. But but just get, just getting them. But it's cool, man. We're, like I said, and here's the thing, man. I mean, for us that use the product and like the product, I mean, we appreciate it too because, bro, that candle and the product, the hair care stuff, and like I said, I'm not a real grooming type of person, but the cocoa butternut cream, yeah, that'd be fun, Jay. I like that idea. I didn't even think about that. That'd be fun. That'd be real fun. I like that idea. But the coconut butter cream cluster and hey Jay, I gotta tell you a story about that. And this is I'm not saying this works for everybody else. This is again by accident. This is what definitely was an accident. So I remember when I was telling y'all I get lit up like mosquitoes and me don't get along. If I could fight, y'all see me fighting the mosquitoes the other day. Out the pit might be right about it. He right about that one probably. I mean, we probably gonna get in trouble. But y'all and yeah, back to this quick story, right? Y'all know mosquitoes and me don't get along. Like I always say they'll light me up quick. They like, oh, I know I don't have O negative blood, but for some reason they like to bite me. So I'm outside and I was literally out there for no more than about 2 to 3 minutes. Hey, top to bottom, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in, welcome in. So I'm outside literally for like 2 to 3 minutes, right? And on my left arm, I looked down and I got bit twice in that short period of time by mosquitoes. I don't know how many it was. If I find them, I'm gonna kick they behind. But anyway, I got lit up like twice. I'm like, dang, that quick. So my arm at the moment is like itching real bad, and I got the whips on. You know how it swells up when you get hit with a mosquito, right? So I come upstairs and I said, you know what? I took the coconut buttercream cream, kid you not, and I took a little bit of it and I just wiped it on that spot. Turned on my air conditioner, turned on the TV, laid down in the bed. It couldn't have been no more than about 5 to 10 minutes. It was gone, like gone. The itching, the mosquito bite, the swelling, everything gone. That's how. And I didn't realize it at first. I'm like, and I happened to look at my arm, and I'm like, oh snap! It went down and it went away. And I'm not saying that happens for anybody else, but it definitely happened for me. And it wasn't intentional. It's just that when something itching real bad, you have a tendency to like maybe I just went and got some, put a little bit on that spot. It was like, man, this itching me, and I just put it there. And because I didn't want to keep scratching it. And I did not want to, and I put it on, and I'm listen, I'm not exaggerating the story because I mentioned it to my lady. I said, remember when I got bit? She was like, yeah. I said, look, it's gone. And I don't know what it was. I can't even tell you what it was. I didn't even like, I was only putting it there to kind of relieve the itch because it was when I came upstairs in the room, that was right there. And I just wiped it on my arm, and I didn't put it on my whole body. I just wiped it on the spot that was there. And I just turned the air conditioner on, turned the TV on, got in the bed. And within a few minutes of me getting in the bed, the swelling, the mosquito bite swelling was gone, and I was no longer itching, and it was like it never happened. And that was something that it was just a random, you know how you just do some random stuff. And I was like, well, it was right there. I'm gonna put that on there. And kid you not, and I'm not exaggerating the story. And I can't say it's gonna work for anybody else. I'm not exaggerating. This is the God honest truth. This is exactly what happened. Yeah. We hear you, Jay. Ain't out the pit. If you still on here, we get down there, Jay's like, oh shucks. You gonna look at the wife, but guess what? I got help now. he gonna pull up that slave whip. He gonna look at out the pit, he gonna look at me like, go pick that. We got some cotton out there we need to be picking. We got 2 of them. Like, honey, I got some slave labor. But nah, I can already see it, man. It's going to be buck wild silly. Because both of us don't make no sense at the time when we get in that mode. But yeah, man. But I love it. I love it. That's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, life is supposed to be a pleasurable, joyful moment. Like everything can't be what do you call it? Everything can't be so serious all the time. If you can't enjoy your life, what good is it? You know what I mean? That's why I refuse to let stress have its way with me and in any way, shape, or form, man. And this is the this is so it's these moments when we get together and we have on these lives and stuff like that is yeah, right. Yup, you right out the pit. Oh man. Yeah, and we gonna get down there and Jacob be like, let me show y'all how you really speed. So he ain't the only one. I'm gonna be like I'm already tanning up real quick. What? Out the pick, Jay gonna be like, look, let me show y'all how y'all really speed. Hold on, everybody. You about to have the ride of your life. This is how you ride a roller coaster without actually having a roller coaster. You see that hill? Watch this. Guess what, y'all? We airborne. I knew it. If you hit this road just right, if you come off this hill just right, at the right speed, we can get airborne. Who needs an airplane? Yep. Yeah. Yep. You're right, Jay. Golf cart speed. We're gonna behave ourselves. We're gonna be responsible grown men. We're not gonna do nothing stupid. We're gonna obey every speed limit, obey all the laws, like grown men should. Oh man. But yeah, I get on there, man. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. We're not gonna be responsible. I'm just trying to say that for the. I'm just saying that for the public audience, though they don't know. We might have somebody want to call the feds and stuff. I know. Like we're gonna have to find them. Yeah. Hey man, Jay. No, I got a funny story, man. It's not funny, but it's funny. All right, one of my neighbors, y'all, bought a motorcycle. Um, I think a couple of days ago, bought a motorcycle, right? So I'm parking my truck, and I see him going down. Like where we at is on the hill, so I see him going down the hill, and he makes like a U-turn. And everything in me said that, oh, he don't really ride motorcycles. I could tell that he was very uncomfortable or rookie or whatever case may be. And I'm like, oh snap, he don't yeah. So the next day, now we where we live, if you know anything about city parks, there's always a parking issue. Like don't nobody, So everybody was so they sometimes people had the tendency to park where you think your parking spot is or whatever. And I don't really get into all of that, but he he called himself parking in front of my door with the motorcycle, and then he removed the motorcycle and put the truck in front of my door. He was trying to be smart, but that's neither here nor there. But so I'm watching him make this U-turn in the motorcycle, and I'm like, oh, he don't really know how to ride a motorcycle. He just, maybe I'm like, oh, okay. So I see him 2 days later. He got bandages on this arm, bandages on this arm. He in a sling. He got road rust. He's okay because he's alive. But I was like, Jay, you ride bikes, so you already know what I saw. Out to put you ride bikes, so you already know what I saw. When I seen him making that U-turn, first of all, it was the widest U-turn on a motorcycle I've ever seen in my life. And you know how somebody use extremely unnecessary space to do something? I'm like, that was a humongous U-turn when you didn't need to do all of that. Like I ride motorcycles, even though I don't get on them like that. I rode motorcycles and I'm relatively a very good bike rider. And I know you don't need all of that to make a U-turn. I mean, the road we live on, the street we live on is humongous. That intersection that he did the U-turn in is humongous. He used up the whole thing just to make that U-turn. No, it's, you know what? It's not. It's he didn't make the accident at the U-turn. What it is how he made the U-turn. First of all, he was. I mean, you're going to take your time using it, making a U-turn, but I could just tell that everything about him was extremely uncomfortable trying to make this U-turn. But when I say you don't need this much space. I mean, he doing there uses like it was like he was trying to use up a Walmart parking lot just to make one U-turn. It's like you don't need all this. That's the point that I was making. And then when you do, when you make that big of a U-turn, when you it's already that was my red flag, and I'm parking my truck and I'm just looking, and I'm like, oh yeah, he don't know how to ride too well. And then you can see the uncomfortableness kind of in his face, like, and I was like, yeah, this is not gonna go well. He better get himself together quick. But I didn't see him with the accident wise, but he, he I just seen the reason the end result of it. And I'm in the other vehicle that we have, and I'm looking, and I'm like, oh, dad, that was quick. And he just bought that bike. He literally did not have that bike a week. When I say he didn't have that bike but a whole week, and I was like, and there's someone else in my house. I'm not saying who. Like that's what he get for parking in my parking spot. I'm not saying who. That's what he get for parking in my parking spot. No, I'm joking. Oh man, but man, like I just, when you ride in motorcycles, I haven't been on a motorcycle in years, like in years. I've never been in an accident. I'm very, very defensive driver. In a car, I'm very defensive. On a motorcycle, I am too. The one thing I learned to do in a motorcycle is when you're driving, especially in the city. I mean, I know it's probably like that in the suburban areas too, but I always, when I'm riding and we're in traffic and stuff, I make sure I always position my bike where you can see me in your rear view mirror from behind you. Like I always made sure that I position my bike where I can see the driver through their rear view mirror, and hopefully that driver can see me through their rear view mirror. I mean, that's just one of the safety precautions you should take as a driver. I mean, as a bike rider, because it's hard to see bikes when you're driving, and some people don't care. Like there's other people that just don't care when you're on a motorcycle. They just whatever. Yes, you right out to put extra defensive. So I always try to put my position myself where the person driving that car can see me. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some things that people, unless you ride bikes, you're not going to understand why they do it. Like a lot of times, people be like, "Well, why are they always trying to get in the front of the line? Like you're at a light, bike riders are always trying to creep up and get to the front." Um, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, but I'm quite sure that most bike riders would agree to this. So usually when bike riders are trying to get to the front is because all the cars are behind them that could possibly run them off the road. So yeah, and that's just my thing is I always wanted to get in the front if I can creep my way up to the front of the position of my car with all the cars. That way I'm in front of everybody. Everybody else is behind me. You can you're not really letting your hair down, but you can somewhat relax a little bit more because the traffic's behind you in most cases, as opposed to being in front of you or beside you where they don't see you and they cut over in your lane or something because wherever you was positioning yourself at, they can run you off. They can possibly run you off the road. So that's why a lot of bike riders that are very defensive drivers, they take a lot of individual precautions that they really possibly don't even teach you when you're learning and stuff, because you always learning when you're on the road as a bike rider. I mean, as a driver anyway, but as a bike rider, you always learning more and more. And I agree with that out the pit. Honestly, I do. I agree. I don't I just don't ride no more, but I just think I don't see nothing wrong with it. And I just, and I mean I've seen accidents and stuff like that, but a lot of times and I'm not saying in every case, but the accidents that I've seen that was like bad is because the bike rider was doing something stupid. And it's not all of them, because most bike riders don't ride like that. Most bike riders are defensive. They kind of they kind of guide themselves by the same rules. But the bike riders that I seen get into accidents is because they was going so fast somewhere where traffic ain't moving nowhere near that fast. Someone came out cross lanes, and like let's say you look to your right and there's nothing there. So you go to cross the lanes. Now, if the traffic is 25, 30 miles per hour and you're doing 100 miles per hour on a motorcycle, that little moment that they look and don't see nothing and then go to look again, but by the time they look, you already there. That's how fast that can happen. So if you, as a bike rider, going that fast and the traffic is going that slow, even though the driver, you say the driver should have saw you, you're not going to see nobody that fast. If they come in 100 miles per hour and you come out at 25 and you cross a lane, when you first looked, no one was there. Next thing you know, bam, they done came from behind somebody and gunned it. It's hard. It's just, that's hard. Yeah, so it's like that's hard. But most bike riders that I know, like I'm not a reckless. I was not a reckless bike rider. I really wasn't. I would go fast sometimes, but I'm gonna pick my moments. You know what I mean, like if I'm in it's clear, no traffic, and I'm good, I'm gonna roll. I don't care. But as when you riding in the city parts, like in the city of Philadelphia, it's congested with traffic a lot, and a lot of times if you have a bike, you can get a lot of people that ride bikes in the city of Philadelphia, and it's probably like that in New York too. Is that you can navigate through the traffic faster. You ain't it's a plus having a bike in the city to some extent, because you can get where you got to go a lot faster than a car would, because traffic jams. When the traffic jam up, a lot of the bike riders, they'll just pick that lane and nobody can't, not a lane, but just kind of like a side between the cars, and they'll just navigate through and keep rolling through. But when you riding a bike, you really have to be like out the pit said, you have to be extremely defensive rider as a bike rider. You got to think, you got to put your radar have to be up extremely, because you don't want nobody to just, to come out there. And it's hard to see. Bikes are hard to see. They really are hard to see. So, and that's why, and when me and Jay was talking before, and we was talking about the D&D pipes. I mean, I know there's other motorcycles that have, having a loud motorcycle is necessary. Last time I got on a motorcycle, Jay, was probably 10 years ago. Maybe 10, 11 years ago. And it was only briefly. But it wasn't like I was riding. The last time it was probably about 10, 11 years ago. It wasn't my bike, it was my buddy's bike. I said, let me take a spin. And hey Joyce, how you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. I told him, I said, let me take a spin or whatever. And just took a couple of laps around the block. Where we was at, there's a like kind of a street that's not really very, very traffic. I throttled it a little bit there. But that was it. It was probably about 11 years ago. It might be longer than that, but it's been a long time. And that was just brief. Prior to that, last time I was on the bike, I was in my 30s, early 30s. Yeah, early 30s. But that goes to show you how long ago it was. Yeah, I was in my early 30s, and that was like over probably 20 years ago, the last time I was really riding bikes. And but I bought it when I bought it was just basically house furniture, because when I bought it, I didn't really ride it much. I did more bike riding when I was a teenager. Yes. I agree. Honestly, out the pit, I really, really agree with that, because it is not worth it. It really isn't. If you flow with it and you take your necessary safety precautions, you'll be all right. Trying to think, do I know that person? Yeah, please hit the like button if you haven't already. I appreciate it very, very much. Oh man, but oh man, I mean, and why does that sound familiar to me, Jay? I don't know. No, but and Jay, I'm not honest with you, man, because they had where I used to live at. There was a motorcycle guy. There used to be a Hold on one second, Jay. Oh no, but I'm thinking about it used to be a guy that used to he wasn't really in Philly, but they used to have a motorcycle shop that they used to customize a lot of people's bikes at oh, I can't think what town that is. That's why when you said it, it sounded a little bit. I wasn't too sure who you was talking about, but I guess it was a joke. But at first, it actually was sounding familiar about something else. Yeah, I'm not. It sounds like somebody, but I'm not even sure. I'm not even gonna hold you. But it was. I know it's one. These guys. We used to go to this. They used to have these bike shows. I cannot. I think it's Norristown. They used to have the bike shows up. It was Norristown where the shop was at. Norristown, PA, which is not that far from Philadelphia. But um, and they used to customize a lot of stuff out there, man. And that's why I think the person that you talk about, I might have seen them there. But they used to have bike shows out there out there. Sometimes they would have these bike shows out there, and a lot, and man, it would be thousands of bikes up there. And they used to come up there, they doing the bike stunts, wheeling, and doing different tricks with the motorcycles or whatever. We used to go up there and check it out. We used to get on our bikes and go up there and check it out when they had them, when they had these events and stuff. But that's why I said it sounded familiar to me, but I really don't know. But it was a custom bike shop up there. And man, this guy, I don't know, Jay, you've been in the bike world for a long time, but he took a four wheeler. He made this customized four wheeler that was street legal. Like he changed the whole four wheeler around, chromed it out like crazy. It had regular street legal tires on there, whatever case may be. And I think at one point, either Honda or Suzuki was trying to buy his patent for that, but he wouldn't sell it to him. He was trying to, I guess he was trying to do something on his own. I don't know, but I know this four wheeler that he made was off the roof, man. And I think he was a Spanish guy, but the four wheeler that he did, it was his shop. And my point is that was his shop. And we would go up there and check out when they had shows there. I couldn't think of the name of it. I just know he was up there a couple of times at this show, man. But bike riding can be fun. Like, it can be fun and you can enjoy it, but I don't know. Bike riding for my man might be over with because if you had that bike for less than a week and you done already went down, they might have killed it for you. That might have killed it for him. But I was like, dang. He a big dude too, man. Like, looked like he about 6'4". But I was like, man. I'm like, when he made that U-turn, that was it for me. I'm like, you could have picked that bike up and turned it around yourself. You had to do all that. It's a long U-turn. Like, nah, I'm good. How's everybody doing? Yeah. Jay and out the pit, man. My man, Shaq, he was like, man, thank y'all too, man. He was saying, he was just telling me thank y'all. Eventually, I guess we can probably add him into we might end up adding him into the group chat, whatever. But like I said, he was very thankful, man, for being on the show. He said he enjoyed himself, man, and he was like, he knew y'all had a whole lot more questions after a while, so he's definitely gonna come back to the show at some point. I don't know when, but Jay, out the pit. I'll let y'all know once we can figure out a date or whatever the next time he come in or whatever, and we can get him on the show. And for people that might have more questions um, down the road, whatever. But he's a good dude, man. Like I got to know him personally, he's a real good dude, man. Very ambitious. When he first started telling me a story, I can see the excitement in him, man. I'm hoping the best for him. I really am. I'm saying this for a reason because these are the type of things that I love to cheer on. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think, I think he could do it, and hopefully he does. Hopefully he does. Yeah, he is. He is. He is. And he knows how to take a joke. But then we start talking about the what's your name? Donald, who never seems to know how to read the room. Yeah. Well, Jay, y'all, that door is open for you. You know that you got his number with him, and just let me know, how that works out or whatever case may be, man. Y'all know y'all got my back. I mean, I got y'all back. Y'all got my back. Whatever I can do to help facilitate anything. What's up, Queen? How you doing? God bless you. Welcome in. Welcome in. For all those that's on this live, please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it very, very much. Come join the family. I mean, we're growing little by little, but we're growing. Everybody here, hopefully we all following each other on each other's channel. Jay says, hey, Queen, how you doing? Top to bottom, Auntie, a.k.a. Auntie. Your Auntie. Yeah, hey, you know what? Top to bottom, I got to tell you something. I appreciate you. I never get a chance to say it, but she be on it. And I don't have no problem with it. If you feel the need to shut him down, shut him down. I don't have no problem with it. You got my full blessing with that because sometimes you don't know how to read the room. And out the he does it all the time. And it's listen. I don't have no beef to some extent, but he does it all the time instead of just reading the room to see what's actually going on. But I seen out the pit's face. Oh man, I seen out the pit's face. He looked like he was madder than me. Now you're not the only viewer. Right now, there's probably about 10 people in, but God bless you, Josh. Appreciate you coming in. Please hit that like button. Yeah, man. She was on it. And my thing is this is necessary because unfortunately, sometimes you don't know how his behavior doesn't change. Yeah, I agree. And like I said, it just, and then my thing is this is that here's a young man. Now, what really got out of my skin is that here's a young man who serving our country. You know what I'm saying? Trying to build a basketball league, trying to become part of something, bigger than life. And instead of reading the room and encouraging that, reading a room, see what's going on, encouraging that. No, what'd he do? He came in trying to keep black people in line. And this is, and I'm not going, I hate to have to point it out, but this is exactly what he's exactly what I keep saying about white liberals. They always coming in trying to keep black people in line and say black people are supposed to behave and do things a certain way. This is what I be talking about. Right. I mean, none of us, here's the thing. Everybody on my live know who I voted for. They know that I supported Trump in his campaign and stuff like that. But Trump is not my life. You know what I'm saying? Politics is part of my life, but it's not my life. I don't talk politics 24/7. Sometimes I talk about firearms. Sometimes my conversation varies. But the bigger thing with me is that, here's a young man who's trying to progress and he can't even get off his feelings, his TDS, long enough to say, oh, I might need to jump in and support this. Same thing with top to bottom hair and skincare. We could be talking about that. Oh, I may be coming in and support this, but you got nothing but a bunch of negativity because you, as a white person, think that KKK mentality, trying to keep black people in line and say that we are supposed to do and behave a certain way. And I have a problem with that, and I keep having a problem with that. And this is the very thing that I be talking about. He's showing himself to be exactly what I be talking about. Yeah, exactly. So, and then right, and just ignorant rants, ignorant and going on rants. And my thing is just you gotta sometimes learn how to read the room. And if you can't come off of that, then go support somebody else's channel. I appreciate you coming, and I allow you to be. Listen, I've been more than patient with you. I've been more patient than I should have been. But that's me giving people an open forum for that. My thing is just, in my opinion, for somebody who's supposed to be a restaurant owner, why wouldn't you take it? Now, you've seen me talk about top to bottom hair and skincare, right? You've seen me talk about my man with the basketball league. I do all of that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Now, first, before I speak on something, I'm going to first be a tester. I'm going to test the ground first before I tell anybody. That was what I did. I want to test the ground first. And once I test the ground, then I'm going to say, okay, this is what happened. So for you to come in there who say you have a restaurant, you never talked about your restaurant. You never go in the comments and say, I got a restaurant. This is what we're doing. We had to ask you questions about your restaurant, and you still don't come in and talk about your restaurant. This is a place you could have came and talked about what you doing, how great your restaurant is, to get exposure for your restaurant. But no, you just keep coming here with your TDIs. Doesn't make sense to me. You got Joyce, whose daughter's doing her show and doing her music combinations and stuff like that, the relaxing music. We talk about that. We got Jay who comes in. Him and his wife, they've got their own business. His wife has his own business, but he also makes candles. We talk about that. When at one point out the pits get ready to start making shirts and clothing line and stuff like that, at what point do you not learn how to read the room? Right. And here's the thing, and this is just my honest opinion. I think he's one of those paid players, because it doesn't make sense for you to come here for no other reason other than being a paid player, meaning that the Democrats or whoever it is paying you money to go online, because this is what they were doing when Kamala Harris was running for president. They was paying people money to go online and trying to combat people like me. I know this for 100% fact. So people like me, who was at that moment was more vocal about my stance, my vote for Trump, they were paying people to come in and attack people, to go after people like me, hoping that they can fearmonger me into shutting up and not continuing the path that I'm on. Unfortunately, with me, y'all got the wrong one. See, I can take insults, I can take jokes, I can take people saying stuff about me, tell me I'm a coon. I can listen, none of that stuff. I got thick skin. It doesn't bother me. So I just laugh at this stuff, because at the end of the day, I'm getting watch hours out of you coming to me. What are you getting out of it? The only way you would continue on that path is if somebody's paying you. Right. Why wouldn't you put if you got a restaurant, that would be more important than me worrying about that. Jay, you absolutely right. If I got a restaurant, why would I? Wait a minute. They're communicating businesses. Now, here's the thing. What people don't realize, me and Jay, initially, when we would start talking, we would talk about being what? Financially better. Increasing your life, increasing your wealth, investments, property investments. We were doing all of this stuff. Unfortunately, Bad Goat 66, this one is different. You might be right in some extent, but this one right here, the one that we talking about, he's definitely paid. Believe me when I tell you, if you was there long enough and you saw how much, you'd be like, yeah, nobody gonna go that far unless somebody's paying you to do it. Yeah, you funny. And you can take that joke any more than one way. Yeah, he is. Here's the thing. He comes and goes because I can tell he'll come in and subscribe just so he has some stuff to say. And then when he's done, he unsubscribed from the channel. And then you might not see him a couple of days and then he comes back, which is cool. Yeah, which is cool. And yes, Bad Goat 66, I appreciate you coming in. And yes, the same as Jay said, we appreciate you hanging out with us. Appreciate it very, very much. But yeah, I mean, and like I said, Bad to Go, you might actually be right in a lot of cases. But in this case, with this particular individual, I'm gonna go. He had to be a paid player because ain't nobody gonna get me to do all of that and make without nobody paying me to do it because he doesn't come with any substance. He just come with rhetoric. I'm going, y'all funny, yo. Yeah, it just don't, and it just doesn't add up. And I hate, and my thing is, I wish the best for anybody. I really do. But for you to be that stuck on your TDS is to be that stuck on your TDS. Like you really like. And here's the thing: it'd be different if he did that once. Everybody that's on my live been on my live many times. We've seen this happen more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times. So it's not like he's done this one time. He's done this more than time. There you go. And in most cases, like top to bottom hair and skincare, she's right. If I disagree with the channel that much, why keep going back? Now, here's the thing. I do follow people that I don't 100% agree because I still try to get substance from it because they might have an opinion that might enlighten me. But if I think somebody just too far off, then I'm like, no, nah, I'm good. They just way off. They just way too on left field. But I'm not, I don't have to agree 100%, but I think top to bottom is right. If your disagreement is that far off, why are you here? You know what I'm saying? But if within reason, I get it. But if you feel that strongly about it, why? I don't get it. I'm telling you, but these are the people that I always say. These are the type of people that I'll be talking about. Is that y'all? If you really read if you really read what they're doing, then these are the people that think that white people are above other races. Is because the minute they think you're behaving outside of the compounds of what they think you're supposed to behave like, they want to come in and tell you like. And here's my point to this is that white people think that black people are not supposed to vote for Trump. This is where I'm going. And I hate to point this out, but this is what I'm talking about. We as black people are supposed to only vote for a Democrat. That's what we're supposed to do. And that's what people like him think we are supposed to do. So when they see a black person getting out of line and not doing what they supposed to do from massa, they feel as though they need to correct you. I got a mind of my own. Don't tell me what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. You vote for who you don't want to vote for. I vote for who I want to vote for. I don't tell people who to vote for. I mean, I did one time. I said vote for Trump. But y'all get my point. So, and these are the type of people I'm talking about. Exactly. And this is the point that I'm talking about. I'm not trying to say, I hate the fact that I got to point it out in the skin color fashion, but this is what I'm talking about of people like that. Right. And Joyce is absolutely right with that. Like when you decide you're going to vote for somebody, I believe personally, you got to look at who your candidate are, evaluate what they're saying, what they're doing, history. You got to take in all of that and then vote how you want to vote. I don't get mad when somebody vote for the other thing. If they voted for Kamala Harris, that's their choice. I might in my mind be like, I wouldn't do it, but again, that's your choice. I'm not out here getting mad at everybody that voted for Kamala Harris. If she would have won, I would have just had to deal with it. I might not like it, but I'm not going to go and torture everybody. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. And you're right, Jay. This is the unfortunate part about a lot of Caucasian people like him, which I think they're KKK members. But and that's Bad Goat. You're absolutely right. Bad Goat 60. You're absolutely right. You have the right to vote how you want to vote. It doesn't matter how you feel about it, but to continuously come to someone's channel and not read the room. Meaning, when I did my live yesterday, Bad Goat, we were not talking nothing about politics whatsoever. What we were talking about was a young man, which is Dover Dogs basketball league, his journey on trying to own his own NBA basketball team. That's his belief. That's his journey. What he's at, what he was doing, and how we can support him and listen to his story. That was the whole live. He didn't even read the room. He just jumped in and went, and then calling this man who's serving our country a cult member. You don't even know him. Oh, you about to join the cult? And Jay is right on point with that. He's right on point with that. That is one part. That is a major part of my mission. Is I don't want to keep having. We are all. And this is my opinion. Take it for what it is. I believe that we're all Americans. I mean, outside the country, we believe we're all human. Number one, we're all God's creation. That's number one. Number two, we're all human. Number three, for this country, if you're a legal person in America, whether you're born here or came here legally, you're American. You're a citizen of America. So I believe in that format. So for me, I want us to come together. It doesn't matter what color your skin is. I can care less about the color of your skin. What I care about is what Martin Luther King talked about. The content of your character, your integrity, your character, the way you are as a person. That's it. If anybody comes on my live, rather you black, white, Chinese, two-headed monster, I don't know. But I will, if you come in respectfully, you're going to get treated with respect. If you come in here and you got an idea, a concept, a belief, something that you ambitious about, and in any way, shape, or form that we can help you go and come on the live and talk about it, respectfully, we allow you to come in. We give you that space to do that. That's what we're doing. I'm not doing this by myself. Jay and everybody in my chat is a part of this family and trying to help build each other. Rather it's building your YouTube page to get more subscribers, rather it's encouraging you along on your individual endeavor, supporting you in any way, shape, or form. That's what we do over here. That is by far the biggest part of this channel. Yes, I talk about guns. Yes, I talk about politics. Yes, I talk about, different things, money and stuff like that. But all of that stuff ties into each other. But if you can't step away from politics for a minute, or separate your way from Trump deranged syndrome for a minute, or long enough to engage into a conversation that is irrelevant to what you're talking about, something's wrong. You off. Something is going on. It just doesn't make sense. And that's my point. When I was on Out the Pits Live and he said that he don't vote, I didn't jump down and say, man, what's wrong with you? Why you ain't voting? I didn't know. I respected his decision that he said. And then he asked me a question and I answered the question. I didn't jump down his throat and say, well, man, what's wrong with you? Like, why? That's his choice. And I'm backing him his choice. I don't listen. At the end of the day, that was his choice. And I respected it. Because at the end of the day, he has his reasons why. And it's okay. And it's supposed to be okay. Just like if I vote It's okay. It's my reasons why. And it's supposed to be okay. Rather you vote, don't vote. My thing is this, it's not like you can't just keep jumping down people's throat every little thing because you don't agree with them. It's just crazy. It is crazy. And that's my point with that is that, and be honest with you, and real rap, I still handle him with kid gloves. I really do. Believe me when I tell you, there is so much in this arsenal of mine that I handle him with kid gloves. I really don't go in like I could go. Believe me when I tell you, I don't. Yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm not. And I agree, Joyce. And I agree. Like it's so much. It we are. They're trying to turn this generation into something that it isn't. And my thing is this: is that I love this country. Is it perfect? No. Does it have flaws? Yes. Has America made a lot of mistakes? Yes. But but at the end of the day, I can either focus on that stuff or I can focus on the opportunity. So my and this is something that I've said before is that if I sat back and worry about all of the bad stuff, I'm going to miss out on all of the good stuff. So I'm not. Yes, that stuff has happened, and there's some of that stuff is even relevant to the day to some extent. But I'm not going to ignore the fact that this country has a whole lot to offer. Because if all I'm focusing on is this stuff, I'm going to miss out on all the things that the United States have to offer. I love this country. I love it, and I'm glad that God has blessed this country the way it has, and I'm enjoying every sentiment. Because if this country wasn't what it is, and here's the thing, I can tell this story because they were on my live and they told the story. When top to bottom decided she was going to do what she was going to do as far as her own business or whatever case may be, something provoked her to do it. Like other than it being an idea or whatever case may be. And my thing is this, she did exactly what my dad always talks about. My dad, before he passed away, he said this many times. He said, you should have more than one talent. I mean, you should be gifted in more than one thing. Because if something doesn't work, go reach in that pocket and pull out a different talent and try to put that one to work. You know what I mean? So if I'm on a job and it's not working out for me, then I got to soul search. And my dad used the terminology of having more talents in your pocket. But I mean, I got to search within and say, you know what? Let me go look and see what else I'm good at. And let me put that to work for me and see what happens with that. And that's exactly what they did. And they're growing in that. And now, for me, if I get beat by a mosquito, I can now go get some coconut butter cream and wipe it on there, and it's going to go away because it did. But yeah. Thank you, Joyce. Amen. Amen to that. I have finally found my mosquito defense. Now I can't stop them from biting me. Now, so top to bottom, hand skincare. I mean, I don't know about that off stuff, whatever they say to stop the bugs or whatever the case may be. But at some point, you're gonna have to make a combination of stuff that we can put on that lotion your body up and give you all that stuff you're looking for, but also repel mosquitoes. Oh man, so they leave me alone. But yeah, man. But yeah, that was a phenomenon. I know that's not something that y'all advertise as far as that cocoa butternut cream cluster. But I'm dead serious, man. When that mosquito bit me and I just came upstairs and this instinctively I was like, let me put something on it because it's itching real bad. So that was like the most convenient thing. I said, let me just try this. And I just 10 minutes later, I was good. And I don't even know if it was 10 minutes. I'm just estimating because it might have been faster than that because I really did not even think about it. And y'all seen me fighting them in it when I was fishing that day. They was attacking me. He was like, and listen, I wasn't even outside that long that time. I used to go. I went outside to the porch, and that was literally less than a minute or two, and they just like pat pat. I was like, see, this is some bull crap, man. Y'all, what y'all was waiting outside for me? Yeah, and you know what? I remember talking about him here in skincare. You told that story about that, and honestly, I believe that person now that I have my own experience, and I don't know like why it worked so well, but I, yeah, I'm gonna have to get you. We gonna have to get a travel size. We gonna have to test that more. But once we test it more, we gonna have to get some travel. They got to get some travel size. Make that same thing for mosquito relief. If you bit by a mosquito, put some top to bottom hair and skincare, cocoa butter, nut cream on that, and you're good to go. Yeah, I remember the story. So I agree. I being that I had my own experience this time, I actually believe that I actually believe this story. I mean, I believed it when you told it, but I more so believe it now because I had my own experience. And like I said, I don't, I couldn't tell you what's in it because I just trusted you guys. Whatever y'all say is in it. But it worked for me and it worked well, extremely well. And I was just, yeah, I was amazed how fast it worked for me. And then, again, it's just one of those things you don't know. And I'm not saying it worked for everybody else. I'm just telling you what happened. I'm just telling y'all what happened. That's all. But yeah, oh man, I appreciated it though. That was a moment for me. But yeah, I didn't really. I appreciate y'all coming in. I really didn't have I mean, I always got something on my mind, but I just wanted to come in here and spend some time, enjoy myself with the family. And I was about to go fishing today, man, but the heat stopped me. I was like, no, I can't do it. It's way too hot up here. Right. Joyce wanted to glow in the dark. But yeah, it worked well for me. I appreciate it. I really do. And it like I said, it was something I just randomly did, and I was shocked how fast it worked. I was like, oh, I don't know if it's supposed to do that. I don't know if it was supposed to do that, but it did, and it worked. So that's gonna be my go-to. If I get bitten by mosquitoes, I'm running and grab my coconut buttercream, and I'm slapping it on there, and it's gonna be a wrap at that point. I might can't stop them from biting me, but I can get rid of the results faster instead of waiting a couple of hours. Sometimes I know mosquito bites, they'll eventually go away. Sometimes it takes a couple of hours, and sometimes you've been to scratch half your skin off depending on the bite. But that was quick, fast. But I'm not gonna hold y'all much longer. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Oh yeah, just so y'all know, again, when I'm gonna have Shaq Mac back on here from Dover Dog Sports League. I'm gonna definitely get one of them because I think I'm gonna try to get me a uniform from him, a shirt or something like that. I think that's just so y'all know, for those that wasn't here earlier, when he was talking about the popcorn. See right there, that's what I got. I got the popcorn. This is my last bag though. I'm down to my last bag. I bought like 3 bags of it. It was good. It was really good. So I sent Jay, of course, Jay and out the pit. They have the links to in our chat. We have the links to those programs and stuff that they do to fundraisers and stuff like that. I'm definitely getting back on the show, whatever case be. I got to figure out how to get those links and maybe get them into the chat or whatever. I don't know. I'm gonna have to try to find a way to copy it and put it on there. Yeah, hold up. I put it back up there. My hand was in the way. Sorry. So easy peasy, caramel cheesy. That's why I'm fat. That was good. They good though. They really good. I mean, like, all right. So every time you eat the popcorn, it's a whole lot of different. It's not a whole lot of random flavors in there, but it was actually pretty good. But every popcorn don't taste exactly the same, but there's a very similarities in them. But it was really, really good. But he had sent me the links to thing. I don't think they started the fundraiser for the popcorn. They did one already, and just so y'all know, they did the one. I got this one from the first fundraiser when he first started talking to me about this. He's not actually. They haven't actually kicked this one in yet, so I will let y'all know, and I will have him let y'all know when they actually is when they doing the second fundraiser for this. But I did how I got mine was they did one fundraiser, and they were trying to raise, I think $1,500 for his sports team or whatever case may be, and that was the one that I originally got in, and that's when I bought my popcorn. So I know he said there was a different date when they were going to start the fundraiser again. So once I get the date of when it's going to kick in, I'm gonna try to get him back on the show so he can talk about it and he can get y'all more insight, and then maybe figure out how to connect everybody's email or something. Like maybe we probably gonna have to start some type of group chat text or whatever. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but me, Jay, and then we'll all work this out eventually. Where we can basically go in and buy popcorn. And how the popcorn thing worked is that whatever they sold in popcorn, half of it goes to the company and half of it goes to their organization, their basketball organization. They didn't make their goal the last time. They were off by quite a bit, but I think the goal was $1,500, and they probably did like maybe $1,100 or something like that. I don't know for sure, but it was somewhere in that ballpark. But you do get the email when you do actually donate, or when you go in and buy the popcorn. You can see where everybody's supporting it, and it has a little program where you can see everybody that bought popcorn and supporting and stuff like that. So my hope the next time they do it is that we can probably get them to help them reach their goal. Possibly, we'll see. You know what I mean, well, you never know. But that's it. But I'm gonna definitely get them back on the show. Mayhem already talked about it, and Jay and Out the Pit, they already good with it. And we'll see the next time we can get them back on the show. But if the thing starts before that, I think I could go look on the thing and find out for sure, but we'll see. We'll see. But outside of that, I appreciate everybody coming in. Appreciate y'all spending y'all precious time with a brother like y'all always do. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Make sure whatever it is y'all doing out there, don't give up. Don't stop. Trust God in the process. Make sure your relationship with God is good. Help him and let him to show you how to direct your path and keep you in this fight of progression. Make sure your relationship with God is solid as possible. And, outside of that, anything and everything without a relationship with God, none of this is even worth it at this point. But y'all stay strong, stay doing what y'all doing. Again, y'all know my channel is open to everybody to be able to, if you got something that you got going on that is meaningful, business, idea, concept, whatever, I say it all the time. Hold on. Mr. Bull, you know what? Real quick, my first time here. New subscriber. It's all good, brother. Hey, look. Just so you know, that person face you got on there, some of the people in my live always calling me him. Some of them. Not all of them, but some of them. But appreciate you coming in. Please hit that like button. Yeah, we're a good family around here. You spend enough time around here, you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to learn something. You're going to get something quality out of it. Believe me when I tell you. And we support. And if there's something you got going on in your life that you want to put out there and let everybody know, business, whatever case may be, let us know. And here, if you're not doing nothing on Sundays at 12 o'clock, that's when we have our collab live with Jay Bone Crusher, also with Out the Pit, and those are channels that are in my chat. If you get a chance, check their channels out. Top to bottom, hair and skincare. If you need some hair care products, skincare products, check them out. If you're looking to listen to some music, some relaxing, down, calm music that's motivates you to do some work, brother, check out A World Away From Here and Joyce Art and some of the other ones that are on here. Check them out. Join the family, bro. This is going to be the best moment in your life you ever had. And I appreciate you coming in. Unfortunately, I'm getting ready to escape up out of here. I appreciate you spending your time with us. And I'm trying not to laugh because I keep thinking about the picture that you have up here, and I'm looking at my face in the camera and looking at the picture that you have, and I'm trying to keep myself from laughing at this because it looks like me almost. But it's all good. Appreciate y'all. I'm getting ready to get up out of here. Y'all have a blessed, wonderful day, and I'm out of here. Peace.